second smoke it off, but Big might still commit.
Oh, that HE's perfect. Lot of damage done. Sin goes falling. Keto does respond towards it. He's also low HP. Longs on the back of the site here at Market. Molotov sent to his general position. And the smoke might get in the way of it. Buy a bit of cover for himself to try and progress forward. The CTs are on the rotate.
And Sprout need to pick in quickly if they want to make this happen. Farford to get the bomb down. The reposition. Crimbo does catch off Law.
This back corner working well for Big, and the pistol only good for one kill on Crimbo this time. Zyphon a re-smoke back out towards the back lines as Farven swings, supporting Tabson being tagged up low. 2v3, but there's such low HP across the T side, but Farven still sneaks forward and catches Slacks off. Refresh now alone, probably the save.
And just knowing that he stuck out here towards Vlado, the best that he could hope for is an exit frag. One of those retreating T-side players to escape the bomb blast. Big up to 3-0, and you compare that to Nuke. We saw Sprout off with the flying start. They were the ones that were up 6-0.
Now momentum initially going up to that ridiculous scoreline, that one side of the fair. Takes the early engagements down towards A side.
It did seem like there was a very early shift to a B stack, but now with presence being seen, they're going to bring that M4 back into the action. Try and set it up for a bait, a trade frag if possible. Big going to be hitting that M4 head on.
A good smoke there from Refresh. Holds the back up. Holds his nerve over on the Palace entrance. The flash is coming over for Tabson. Set up his teammates to look in with the AK burst of fire. M4's also for Keto. Hunting, but not catching anything. Sprout passive.
I like this from Lonks. He's already set up a backstab. They could have a little bit more of a gamble down here towards the A site. Try and get him from behind late rounds.
Smoke to the cross, gap generated to the far side, not towards the near position. Refresh will still boost above it and actually does find an angle to play with, but not seeing anything. The T's are yet to move in. Zyphon's Deegan instead catches Keto aggressing. Out towards Sandwich, he's going to drop off, and Refresh will take the wider face, engaging against one, but Sin wins the try alongside Farven getting Slacks elsewhere.
And this backstab still being set up, but you need more distraction. You need more tempo being made from CT Spawn. Try and bring that attention over.
Slow but sure from Lonks. Only a USP to play with, though. Zeus also being brought out, heard a footstep. Checked on Sin. Low HP for the man, but still the AK comes out for it. Important shot. Farben still holds his nerve, and Lonks does not get much more for it. Giving us a few shenanigans, though, in that round. 4-0 still for Big.
Well, I didn't think I'd see a Zeus in the playoffs. Maybe it feels 500, but not to be.
Should be expecting more knife kills from 500.
Yeah, it would so.
See, Refresh is really tempted to do so, though. He's only pixels off of it. Tamsin is thinking that he might be there. He jumps in towards the window with a flash support. Refresh can't get out of the murder hole, and that gives a kill up to Tabsu.
What a flashbang, and now even deep towards CT Spawn. Zyphon's gonna have to try and hold and back up the AWP.
Tabs is still working in against that AWP's backstab. Slacks does not stand a chance. Launch picked up as well with a quick turnaround. Stared with a trade, and now Zyphon on site. Basically in a 1 versus 3 for now. Backup is on the way, and Keto's AWP will find his head now to stare in his own clutch. A true 1v3, denying the bomb plot for now. But Farven very quick to respond back at
7 up to an aggressive maneuver, and Farven, well, pays the price for it.
Deagle back at Zyphon, still looking to strike in from the site. Incendiary's on with the CTs as well. Taps up, Crimbo tagged up, does get a kill back on Slacks, but Launch comes up with the Deagle to return frag. AK in for Tabson, swing back from the player on site itself. Molotov's into him, should force him out in the open, give Tabson an easy second pick, and a 3-on-2 advantage with the site now being gained by Big.
And this just looks like it's going to be another map where you're going to have to deal with Tabson. Launch down in the corner towards CT! Sends it up with the save! On commitment, you've still got 2 lurkers towards A.
HG's holding, ready to do some damage. Got smokes being sent out by that 1T side player on towards the set piece, trying to indicate that there's going to be an A play. Draw attention back. Molotov sent a bit of a gap in that first smoke, though, so they're thinking that there might be something a little bit awry here. 2 players to still hold down the B site. 1 player, 2 players jumping out, not being seen yet. Long's going to wait for his chance to strike, and Stair gets a lineup. Look for the triple as well. Perfect follow-up for Sprout now.
It just shows how patient they are to not over-rotate, how they don't get scrambled there at all. Crimbo and Farfen try everything to over-rotate them, to force them off of B and over to A. Not to be. Sprout came in with some X-Factor with their first round. Now it's clean in for the second. You've got double AWPs, you've got AKs being saved in, and you've got confidence behind you.
2 in a row now for Sprout, mounting up a CT baseline.
Emphasis forward for themselves. Maybe a pacey round. Think about the arch smoke, sending it into B. You've already got the first smoke from Spawn.
Lawrence thinking of getting up on the boost up for his teammate. He doesn't quite duck down, though. They're going for a fast rush in. The AWP might feel a little bit more pressured. Slacks does strike. Stair does get his 1 kill and 2 alongside Slacks' AWP double. They rip apart Big pretty quickly here. Sin's AK can't even get a casualty. Damage done to a couple players, but all 5 alive for Sprout. 3 on the trot.
And just start working with it. You saw a slight little cancel. That AWP doesn't quite get up on the boost straight away, so you just move away. Don't try it a second time. You'll get caught off guard with the timing. And Big, this has been 3.
It is appropriate. Of course, they had it in the previous round as Eco Pistols out for Big. Deagles still able to strike, though. Sin catches that first headshot. Reeling slacks one and off this time in connector. Refresh about to take another challenge. The teams are backed away from the mid contact.
And now over towards the B side. They can start that prod again instead. Just jump spacing, allowing Longs to be able to rotate in. Big. It might be another one of these fakes, because again, you've got the bomb outside of A. Plenty of time to work with.
Shots ringing out. Nice nade. Tabs and Sid and Crimbo all getting tagged down. Tabs in the center of mass. 30 HP for him. So you have to see a pit back here from the CT side, but they are getting closer to finding them.
HE placement out there towards ramp, comes in closer. And now look at the reposition. You've got Refresh out towards connector. Zyphon back here from CT, just spotting for info.
And Farthen tagged. Dropping in towards the site. Zyphon leaning forward to that M4. Refresh his own M4, finds a kill at Con. Sees where Sin is, gets the revenge frag. 4 slaps his death and makes it a triple. An easy one against the Pistols. Farthen gets 1 more to return, make it somewhat expensive for the CT side, but with 3 players still alive, it's all Gucci in this tournament. They are evening up the board, but Tabson is finding a cheeky kill against Slacks. A leg shot game for that AWP on short, and the AK can win the fight back. Zyphon's now seen them exiting out of the ramp control. Molotov sent to his position as Refresh tries to challenge. Lineup potential, gets away with a peek ahead. Farman does get that kill in the end, but now Zyphon charges forward for the first. Unawares of the players close on the bomb site. The Molotov's getting in the way of the contact from Sin. Sprays awkward. Farman gets that kill anyway. It's a 4-on-2 for Big.
Esther's gonna have to fight, try and make some space happen, and Sin gets dropping. There's a player behind him too.
That's 1 pick. Needs 3 more, trying to deny that bomb, but runs out of ammo on the wall bang. The AWP now smokes in Vestair, getting up on top of the ticket booth as well. Might provide some cover for them.
And Longs is hoping for an overface, but look at the patience. Big just aren't peeking, are they?
Not moving at all, don't have to. Time is on their side, burst forward, the M4 tap-in, trying to bait them forward. Oh, the shoulder! The slightest of angles, a pixel gap for Longs to take. And now it's a 2-on-2. Crimbo rotating back and Tabson looking in, doesn't see him on the defuse back. The spray through on a smoke, kill found, he lines it up so perfect. Tabson has been pretty... Hahn invested the double orbs back in play for them. There's a little bit of cash in reserve for a couple players. Big whittling down the HP and the money line here for Slacks. The kill gets found. Sin able to follow suit with the trade back. Zyphon can't get it responsive, so it remains at a 4-on-4.
Zyphon still looking out in case there's a walk forward from Palace. It's all a matter of timing on when Farthen starts to act. He might have to wait for Tabson to start creating some space in Con.
So what he's doing, leaning forward, they think they're safe. Zyphon hides though, does not take the challenge towards the ramp control or connector for the time being. Refresh and Incendiary down instead.
I like this position coming through from Tabson, just holding the sight line towards top of connector. Try and see if you can bait a reaction. Is anyone going to get re-aggressive towards the stairs? Is anyone going to fight back in just to try and make an info play towards mid? Now, while that's happening, you've got 2 players that can come in from underpass or at least show presence to the apartments.
Stair jump facing again, the HE in hand. The crack angle can get gained, he sees it, puts it up. That's very nice, but doesn't get Sin still.
Now, Tabson's going to try and get him in market late round. He's going to try and get in behind them.
Smoke Sin, trying to indicate they hit. 2 players remain on the site, but 2 stay back towards the A play, thinking there might be a rotation, there might be something more going on here. Molotov sent on short indicates so, but Tabson's already found Lorg's position, and now they make their way up. Refresh, up high, spray lines up, 2 and a 3K in fact. With the low HP of Sin providing the second kill, it's Tabson now alone. 17 seconds to get the clutch in on the site. It's Zyphon creeping around to catch his frag and catch the 5th for Sprouts.
And when it looked like Tabson had actually made the right call, you have the idea of faking the B site, bringing that bomb back down.
They have lost a number of picks to the Deagle, so I'm not counting Big out of this round just yet. Scout involved here for Farben. Oh, and that's the point I'm proving. Tabson opens it up.
And this could be pacey. Try and recover that weapon, get themselves out towards connector. Now you've got the M4 to play with from Tabson. He keeps jiggling down in case the orb's repositioned out.
Now they've got an automatic. Sprout have HEs, using 1 on Farben to 19 HP he'll go. Tabson will continue to charge up, 1 of 2 players with Kevlar. The right man is set up with the M4, and he sees a second player, but Zyphon wins the fight.
Now, Slax is aggressive out to the apartments, and he's not seeing anything. He might be able to catch him out from underpass. Does get baited.
Oh, Sin swings forward, though. That Deagle's still able to strike. So many of these hand cannons in play for the T side. Longs on site, tagged up, trying to get towards the diffuser, but ultimately loses his fight towards Sin. Crimbo comes up good with the AWP, and Zyphon is left alone. Indeed, this deco works out well enough here for the T side line. Zyphon's position. HE sent, tabseN looking for the engagement, spotted one of the gap in a smoke there, but unable to capitalize upon the full-on kill. Meanwhile, Zyphon waits for contact, slacks his AWP, picks up one. Crimbo and Sin get involved, but Zyphon hesitates no longer, gets a kill back to a 3-on-3, needs to win next against Keto, but he can't quite seem to do it.
His consistency has been up there. That AWP on this T side has been clinical in these trades, and now for this round, there should be nothing. This should be an instant save, not even looking for exits.
SMG and M4, though, it's not a lot to save in, especially for Stare. Try and look for an exit frag back here at the mid window. The backstab also inbound from Long, so they are setting up something.
That wrap stab. tabseN, oh, doesn't even see it. Why would you expect him there?
Couldn't react in time for Lonks. Stare left alone, let's try and grab another rifle. M4 saved in for certainty this time. And Big will grab 8 to turn over their T side. T side is something we discussed a little bit over on that nuke Dwayne, and I have to wonder, with the half now going the way of Big, are Sprout's chances going down the toilet here?
Yeah, there might be. They really might be. Because I look at Big, and so far in this event, Jay, the maximum...
Sprout might need something a little bit special here. M4, of course, safe for Stare, the hero weapon in the eco basis. Does find one pick, that's a start. tabseN down. Significant player to remove in this round for the Big side. They make their way towards the A site anyway. Harsh slap back of the rotations, and Stare is still looking for picks for that M4. Flashes in against him, refresh will fall.
And now farfen makes it a couple. Starts continuing that pace out towards the jungle control, even spotting the player out to Ninja. And that's just the reaction for Big. You lose a pick out in mid, you start getting aggressive, you start executing that tempo towards A. Stare with the M4 still finds another. This could still be on.
Oh, Long's Deagle strikes as well. Keto's all picked back. Oh! He's done for Big, has certainly been impactful. And now he charges forward to the AK. Prodding out towards the A site for a quick rush to close the half. Big looking to end on a quick and confident note. Refresh, looking for some sort of trade back, looking to open up this round in the midst of the fire. Gets that first kill, tabseN and Sin with a responsive.
So much pace down here towards A. Now Lorgs has got a gap in the smoke, and Zyphon's got a backstab.
M4 leans in, being checked out. Not entirely, tabseN caught to reload. That's a 3-on-3.
And they know exactly what's going on. Boost up towards CT. No chance of the bomb being planted just yet.
Can't see anything above that smoke either. Longs making some noise. Leans in to sandwich, did not see the player that's out there. Zyphon now leans forward, but Zin is ready for him. Stare now up, can catch the bomb carrier. farfen with a trade back though. It's all Longs again. 10 kills so far in this map up. And he rotates away to find a different angle of play.
He's got to try and reposition, play out from jungle, out towards connector. He's got to give himself a chance of isolating these individual duels. And even for farfen, he's got another smoke. He can use this on the post plant to waste time.
It was a risky plant there, down over towards the open position. You can see it open up there for connector. Hawks leaning forward, M4, AWP covers it, and Crimbo closes out the half. 10-5 up for Big.
And it just shows that opening.
Crimbo can't hit a bullet, caught out of ammo, and drops towards Zyphon's double. farfen now alone. And Sprout will look to pick up the pistol. 1-on-4 for the lone CT, no kit in for him either. Surely this does not happen.
And an impressive return coming in there from Sprout, being naded down to such little amounts there in the apartments. They come through and start ripping with the entries. And farfen's got no hope. 1v4's not presenting Sprout a lifeline to start off the second half.
And a T side that need to mount up on the comeback. These farfen get one pick back, returning some damage again, looking for heads, looking to try and take this Kevlar away if possible. Not a mass amount of the excess, eventually he does fall back to save his own Kevlar, as it will be Sprout with the 6th round now on the T-side basis. And T-sides were a bit of a talking point in the second half of Nuke as well. Like we mentioned how it's only a tiny average there for Sprout, still able to bring it back and turn that map towards the 3rd. So the question is it a similar story here for Mirage? Hold position at the edge of the Sniper's Nest.
And just for Big, it's all about being able to start off on the right foot, opening kill, opening information, anything in a round like this. Now they've smoked off. It shows that they want to get aggressive with a nade stack to top mid.
2 of them sent up, and they do catch Stare. Stare caught farfen on the way out of it, though. So even standing is Big, but with Crimbo the same.
Now, Lungs could have had a timing of trying to walk out to the apartments. He opts against it. May have heard some of these footsteps rotating away outside to the market control. There's actually only one on B to defend for Big.
5-7 standing for Crimbo. Molotov sent, smokes go down. Man tucks himself in as the Molotovs do go over. They make their way forward. Launch the first contact individual of Sprout. Refresh gets the kill on Keto and actually forces the rotation back from the T side.
And this is a smart call. Now, you still got Sin out towards CT Spawn that can try and deny that bomb from going down from Connector. And now even tabseN are looking for the scout.
Oh, what a shot towards Launch. The Eagle comes out as well. And the 5-7 waits and baits, waiting for the T's to get closer to the bomb site. Can they see him? Can they read him? At long range, they can deal with him, certainly. Advantage now for Sprout as they gain the bomb site.
Now, Sin just had to fight, and so does tabseN out towards Jungle. He gets connected. Zyphon drops him, and Crimbo. And this 5-7 wouldn't be able to do it. Might have to opt even for the save.
Try to take a fight at least. Catch that scout. Get out of the way. 19 HP for him against Zyphon's 4, and was a close enough kill. But the other two are the big concern in that one. So it will be a 7th for Sprout to follow up against the force buy of Big.
And think about what this would mean for someone like Sprout, not only to beat the side of Big, but to get into the grand final, because they've had to make some changes. Parting ways with Speedy. I mean, he's your Rocky team. He's your experience factor. Parting ways with Rouse as well. And signing Zyphon and Refresh back in August. Only a few months from where we are here today. And this would be the event to say, right, it's worth it.
Heavily to a nade, I believe. Damage return on towards Launch here as the flashes come over and tabseN tries to swing. Farman catches one, tabseN with one of his own. Can't double up, and Slacks returns 2 back into 3-on-3. And behind the plume of the HG also finds Crimbo. Flashed off for Farman, gets away. That AWP is known here though.
Now Farfan's just got to try and hope that he doesn't get spammed up in the process. Get some assistance from Keto back out from spawn towards Ticket. Zyphon, if Farfan stays here and this smoke starts to clear, all the advantages here for the AK.
Only they had a HE, then Farfan would fall easily. AWP still hunting for them, the gun barrel sticking out, but not spotted there by the player at bottom mid. Zyphon is trying to one out for him though. There's an inkling that player might be there. I think he's seen him now.
Molly, oh, he's gone up. Nothing that Farfan could do, has to fight. And straight to the hands of Zyphon.
Smart call. A pixel was all he needed. And a kill is what he'll find. Keto, 1-on-3. Just got to hope they play towards the A side, and he has one of those magical 1v3s that we've seen from Big so far in this series.
And this is very familiar to what we saw on Nuke in that second half, Jay.
Yep.
We know that Sprout averaged 4 rounds on the T side of Nuke. It's 6 on the T side of Mirage. It's not many.
Keto going to try and make sure they stop at 3. 27 seconds, bomb on site. Denied. Keto swings in, catches Zyphon. Slacks goes dropping. Maybe it's not going to be so easy for Sprout, but Stairs still gets his headshot, climbs the stairs, and climbs his way up to 9 for Sprout. Broken half by Hero Scout on M4. tabseN flashing his teammate in. The 5-7 looking for close quarters combat against Lorgs, and he wins it against Stair as well. Keto caught with a smoking hand, but Refresh is so tagged. tabseN finishes him, tries to double up, but Zyphon holds the trays. Still a 3-on-2 for Big here as Sprout try and make their way into the A site.
Rotates coming quickly. Even Farfan gets mollied out in the open, has to start retreating. Now he's got a crossfire being locked out towards Connector. They're going to have to start fighting and getting map control just to get the bomb down.
Slacks his eyes, set to Stairs. When the Siegers get attacked from that primary angle, Molotovs in towards jungle will force one back. CT is the big concern though for Sin. Scouts involved, shots ringing out, and now the Deagle looks to strike for Sin. Tagged up a little bit, forcing them to try and challenge their own right. They're both tagged up. The Deagle spams. Zyphon just about wins out one fight, but needs to get 2 more, and he knows that they're watching this cross.
What does he do? Get up high, try and fight these individuals. He's got to try and offer up the bomb plant.
That's what he'll do. Down a danger, Crimbo and Farvin leaning in slowly, grouping up. Could be a lineup for Zyphon. They're going to spread apart. Crimbo watching with a Deagle. Ready for how close the man is though. Looking for some flash assistance. It will come in for Farvin. tabseN swinging for it. 2 to find, gets 1. Doesn't quite get the second. Trades from Farvin and Lornix also come up good, so it's a 3-on-3.
Now, Crimbo hasn't backed off. He's still out here towards Connector. He deals with Longs. That could drop the bomb. That could cancel the round.
Meanwhile, Keto's pressing in from ramp. Crimbo, crosshairs a little bit too low for it. Footsteps heard by Stair. No adjustments in the smoke, just come up ahead. Zyphon does find Keto, but close quarters, and Stair still lands it with a no-scope. Sin now alone. on short. Stair was on 1 point of health as well. How close they got to winning that round.
And for Sprout, it shows more of an emphasis, more of a control in the second half for them. Sin can't do anything. And for Big's sake, you think about the idea that you've got a 3v3, you've got Crimbo in towards Connector. It looks as if you've got everything in the right place, all the pieces to siphon off one another. And instead, Stair comes through with the no-scope.
A beauty of a shot. One that saved Sprout. Brings them back to 10. The similarities between this and Nuke are just so prominent here. Mirage, the final map of the best of 3, and Sprout are fighting hard to deny Big their glory in the finals. Within one of the leads. Just close quarters, he saw him. Backs off. AWP trying to provide some cover with the flashbang support as well. Should get the man involved. There's many more players than just this one man, and they're all going to line up for Stair. Only gets the one pick for it. Now backup has arrived with the bomb on its back.
And this is a lot of time stalling, but Slack still finds it, but the bomb gets dropped out in the open. He's got to find more, and Sin, he actually steps up to the plate towards short.
Not the first time Slacks has been caught in a jump face, trying to dive behind the stack cover. Losing his life for it, and now Big are in control. Bomb in the open, 3-on-2 for them, and 30 seconds, less than that for Sprout to play with.
And Zyphon's got to get back in a connector. He's got to give an avenue of that bomb to get over to A.
Farben does get caught off, sprays a bit manic, however. Molotov in should force that man into the open, try and get the kill back. Bomb has been recovered, he tries to cover off the rotations as well. The carrier trying to get to the site, but Farben lands a shot and attack towards Lungs, who barely gets to the plant position, but Tabson was also rotating from the B site. And he grabs the round of steel on the half-buy for Big.
And how do they do it? Again, Jay, another one of
Out in this matchup. Might lead towards guns in the next round. Lost bonus will be in tatters for them, though. A steal would be ideal for them, but it's no guarantee, not even likely at this moment.
And they might be able to try a walk contact. You got Longs trying to see if he can keep his head ducked down, come out of the apartments. Might be able to drop this first.
If he can find the angle, though. On the boost position, trying to watch out the site itself. Meanwhile, Tabson fights onto that hero rifle. Zyph on the full. Refresh picks up the AK. But no Kevlar for him or for anyone else on the T side. They're going to be ripped apart by these guns here on Sprout. HE sent. Keto gets his kill. Spokes up and all. 5-on-3. The P250 trying to get something, but Crimbo puts him down. Stair quick to follow suit. Slacks alone. 1-on-5. The perfect round from Big. Nectar going to see smokes coming his way, so we'll be suppressed back. Keto, meanwhile, AK to engage against the Mac 10, does some dink down damage. He's low HP, but still looking for a fight against Slack, which he will win out. Sin gonna smoke off from Dark and hold a crossfire with his teammate at Stairs.
Look at the rotates though, they've already got 3 on A, and Zyphon's gonna fall to Tabson.
Now Longs moves up, AK involved in this one. Not quite catching Tabson. The engagement does find her a 3-on-3 though. Smokes down, flashes over, needs to get into the site desperately. Back up in from mid and in from ramp. The bomb will make his way forward.
They got to deal with Sin. He's still out here towards underbow.
AWP sprayed up by Farm, and Sin still gets his kill. Molotov's ascent. Stair needs his pick, but Crimbo comes in with support, and Slacks can't do anything. Does get returned by 2 of the HEs at the T side, and Slacks gets a P250 shot. Farvan, decent trade. AK involved over Slacks, and look at how quickly he charges forward with backup into the apartments. Crimbo's overwhelmed with a numbers game, gets that first headshot, but no more than that. They're on the bomb side, but Tabson comes up good with the low HP. Bomb plant is at least secured. They have money for a buyback for the overtime clutch. Ideally, though, they need to steal this back.
They've got to keep fighting. They've got to try and recover one of these rifles. They've at least got an M4 out to Van.
Get the AK, that'll be even better. Nade sent, evaded by Lonks. Zyphon still rocking the Deagle, and Big are slowing things down. Happy to play with pace. Keto leaning forward. Zyphon's going to get caught for it. Lonks now, left alone versus 3. Does plant down in the midst of that Molotov down at default. Second incendiary comes up. Refresh will just sneak it in. The HG comes up to get the kill though. Lonks needs to step up. That's what he does. Farvan caught 2 picks though. Stairs dropping us in. Backs a turn. Lonks goes in with 2. And that backstab for Zyphon. Now all important. Lonks is out of HP. The smokes are about to clear. And he's seen 2. Zyphon lines it up. And Sin's now all alone in his own clutch. He wins that first fight. It's on the default position. The tap of the bomb once. There's no kit. Zyphon, he's found his angle. He holds it. Shots. Flashes forward as they quickly storm that mid control. Refresh trying to look for the man. Farvan did get caught up with some damage. The shot ringing out from the AWP certainly going to aid that factor. 2 HE sent down, tons of damage done, but Zyphon gets away with the kill. Tabson gets away with the trade.
That nade damage in towards mid just compounding. Refresh is hoping for an overswing. Another repeat back in. Now notice the way that Big have got a lot of influence towards that short control. Lonks is going to stay out here towards Chair, and Crimbo's making an info play. He is going to find so much space.
Slow but sure. Ever so careful, creeping forwards. Tabson right behind him. And the bomb could get caught off. No one's watching this backstab position.
It's just knowing, underpass, TV, set up the crossfire. I don't know if Refresh has got an idea for it.
He's thinking about it. Backs turn, hitting Cubby. Sees his man and wins that fight. Crimbo drops the advantage, sits with Sprout now.
It could still be misdirection though. Only one individual was seen. They don't know about Tabson, but they're still watching it.
Slacks is ready for a peek forward, expecting there to be something out of it. The scope has been heard, and Tabson leans in closer. Their backs are turned. Zyphon could drop, 2 to line up. This is massive. 3 players seen. The trade there from Nordics keeps them alive. They've got to hit the B site now.
Smoke off connector, try and get into B. Even Refresh trying to work up con.
Working against them all. Farden hit the collateral, and that's all it